After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 362. It is Saturday, July 6, 2019, as we are recording. I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
We'd like to welcome you all to the Fun in the Woman Cave. Before we welcome our new returning viewers, Talia, what's in your mug? She actually has tea this time.
You gotta show me what's in your mug.
But I don't have anything interesting, shall I?
She says water.
I just have water because I went to my friend's house this morning for our monthly breakfast, and she actually wanted to have it at her house, and she made bacon and eggs, and I had 2 cups of chai tea, so water's what I'm drinking because I'm full. I just got back about an hour ago.
So this is what my head looks like mug.
It's an oboe.
Yes, that's an oboe.
What tea is that?
Hang on. We'll see if you recognize. You probably won't.
It's pretty purple.
It is pretty purple.
Germany tea.
It's not Germany tea, Mom. Not all the pretty teas are Germany tea.
This is sweet.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? It's familiar, but...
It is Plum Deluxe, of course.
Of course.
And it is English berries and cream herbal tea.
That's very good.
Spend some time with friends and tea. Rose hips, hibiscus, apple pieces, blueberry, strawberry, raspberry, cinnamon, cornflowers, vanilla/berry flavor essences. Love, gratitude, no caffeine.
I wanted to sing raspberries, strawberries, but I don't want Jess to get mad at me.
She was only teasing me because you told me to be quiet. What's raspberry, strawberry?
Raspberries, strawberries, good wine we choose. Here's to the girls that we drink them to, the ones we drink them to. It's a folk song, but it's what I remember is Kingston Trio.
I've never heard that song.
Yeah.
It sounds like something Kingston Trio would sing, though.
Yeah, it's kind of a folk song type of thing. And I know I messed up the words, but that's okay. Now, for our show notes, I do want to say before we get into our stuff is that where we normally do our show notes and tag people, we can't do that anymore, but what we'll do is we'll put patterns and the designer, and if you want to look for them, you'll know where to look for.
Well, technically we could tag people. Oh, I see what you're saying.
For the designers.
For the designers, no, you are correct. We can.
Unless the designer is on a site that we have that we can tag.
Yeah.
And, put a link to.
Yeah.
But we will at least put where you can, who the person is, so you can look for it.
Right. We'll make it at least so you can find them as best of your ability.
Right. Okay, so we want to welcome all new and returning viewers. We're so happy to see all the people who have followed us. We're excited to have you with us. And for YouTube, please do consider to subscribe and press the little bell so you can get notifications if you are not already doing so. Because we'd like to know, that you're here, and and
it also makes it easier for you to follow.
You to follow us, and for us to know who it is, and for other people who are looking for this kind of podcast to find us. Mm-hmm. So we're glad to have everybody who is new, who is returning, who's in the shadows. Welcome to all of you. Okay. I'm not going to go through all the new members because since we've moved, everybody's new. So we're glad to have you. And
that'd be 66 people.
66 people, and I know there are a couple people who are looking maybe to enter still, who I haven't heard from still, so might go up a little bit. So we're excited to have you all with us.
Yes, it's kind of like the early days when, every single time is like a new number was like, wow,
here's somebody. That's awesome. Okay, now I'm going to go on into the charity, okay? Knitter's Magic is our local yarn shop, and that's Laura. And she is Gracie's Mom 62 on Ravelry. If you don't follow Ravelry, she is in our group.
Is Gracie's mom there as well? I can't remember.
I don't remember what you put down, but she is with us.
Yeah.
And she, if you are in the Winchester area, has a wonderful little knitting shop. It's awesome, and she even carries my yarn, which makes me happy. So she's the one who we go through for Evan's house, okay? And we do that as a charity, and they accept everything knitted, from little babies on through adult. Even though they stop doing most of their stuff at about high school age, they do some kind of follow-on with the adults as well. And then we also have our pregnancy center, which is a big charity for us. So if you have hats or whatever you have that you've knitted up and you don't know what to do with it, or you feel called to do some charity work, we can help you to distribute that. Okay. Another person who can do that is Brittany. And if that's Bees Knees on Ravelry, but she's also on Facebook. Comforting Crafts, I think, she's not Bees Knees, she's Comforting Crafts.
Yeah.
Bees Knees is somebody else. That's Studio Von Design, Bonnie. But Comforting Crafts is also on Facebook.
Yes.
So you can, if you are, just following us on our other site, then you can find her there. Okay. Okay. Now, now we're going to continue, even though we are not going to be on Ravelry much longer. We are going to continue to plug some of these people who are doing alongs, because we do still think they are good alongs, and we are aware of them. So we want to keep supporting some of these people. So the first one is the Yarn and I Cappy podcast. Okay, she is a podcast on YouTube, and she's also on Ravelry. And she is doing the Mickey Cal Cal Lao, okay? And I don't know if she's accepting all other things. Her rules are in her group. And it's just something that can dovetail with some of the alongs that we have. So if you're on Ravelry, you can check it out and see what it is. I wanted to make sure that we supported her.
Correct.
Crocheting Hoovian, we always support Laura and the stuff that she's doing.
Skip back 1 second to Cappy. Please check out the thread in our new group. It's under Craft Along.
Yeah, I was going to get to that
and
when we got to
Cappy has her own thread within there.
I was going to get to that with Pia Tales. What Taya is talking about is the dedicated thread for Cappy's generous donations to us. She has donated a coupon code for a substantial discount for her shawl kit for the Tea and Tails, which is a beautiful kit, and I should have brought it with me down here. It's a beautiful kit that she is I'll be able to show it to you when the prizes come up. You'll be able to see it. For the Tea and Tails shawl that she created for this along, and also a substantial discount for PHN viewers. So that is in the dedicated thread. Is still there. So it's just on our other site now. Now, Crocheting Hoovian, she's doing several alongs. She's doing the Creature Feature Cal Cal Lao with Darkfire Woman, who is Deborah from the Diary of a Physicist Farm Gal. And all these people that we're mentioning do have YouTube videos, so you can still watch them if you're not on Ravelry. Okay? And they finished their farm animals. I believe they're going into the next one, whatever that is. And she's also doing the Whip It Good, Laura is. And she's doing, I think she has one more month for her shawl, her Life Changes shawl, because she said something was a little snafu with one of the patterns. So she's extended it a month. So that's all awesome. And then, of course, now she's got the Tortoise versus Hare, which is up and running, okay? So we are excited about that.
And the Smack Talk has already begun.
The Smack Talk has begun, and we are really excited about that. The Diary of a Physicist Farm Gal podcast group, they've got Kid or Get Her Done, I Like Big Shawls and I Cannot Lie, 2019 Farmer's Almanac Make-Along, Never Have I Ever, and Creature Feature with Laura Concert. Okay, so there's a lot. She's got a lot going on, and if you are still on Ravelry, you can check that out. And if you're not on Ravelry but you like her, she does a podcast on YouTube. She's a lot of fun to watch. The Comforting Crafts group is B-Wing, and I've already mentioned Brittany previously about Comforting Crafts as a place where you can extend your charity knitting. She is on Facebook as well as on Ravelry, and she's doing What Are You Reading, 19 Hats in 2019, 52 Dishcloths, and 2019 Color Work, okay? But the only one that I'm aware of that you can do off Ravelry is the hats.
Right.
But
Oh, I didn't know the hats one was off Ravelry.
well, it's not a cal, but at least they can participate in the chat, or I don't know. They'd have to go look at her Facebook page, Comforting Crafts. Bee's Knees, who is Studio Von Design, that's Vonnie, and she's a very busy lady. She's working on her, let me see if I got this right, Master Hand Knitting, I think it was.
Yeah, it was Master Hand
So she's really busy, but she's still doing the 19 in 2019, 19 whatever. So you can check that out.
She's going to like outstrip all of us as a knitter when she's...
Oh, she's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. And then the Never Cast Off podcast group, that's Deb's Destiny, who is Debbie, and Blue Yarn Always, who is Sheila. I don't know exactly what they've got going on now, Track and Stash 2019. I've been really busy doing what I have to do lately, so I don't know where they're at with that, but check them out. They're also on YouTube. And then Heidi, who is Undead Yarn, that's Knitty Girl. She's got the Finish or Frog It, and she's also got a thread that's dedicated to whatever it is that you make that's a finished object in her own yarn. Mm-hmm. Okay? All right, now, Tea and Tails. Do we have anything else before we get into this?
No, that goes right into Tea and Tails.
Okay. The Tea and Tails Cal, as I mentioned many times, is a year-long Cal. Our co-host is Cappy, as I mentioned, from the Yarn Night Cappy podcast. And she, as I mentioned also, and Ty brought up, has generously given us coupon codes for her shawl kit, which is the Tea and Tails shawl, and it's Tails, not Tales. It's a little inside joke she has.
Right.
So, but anyway, it's a substantial discount on that kit. It's a lovely kit. I love it. I haven't had a chance to use mine yet, but I'm looking forward to it. And then she's also given us a substantial discount for everything in her shop. So you can take a look at that. It's in the dedicated thread. So she's our co-host for this, and we're super glad to have her with us. Mm-hmm. It runs, and like I said, I'm only going to go through the points that are all the same for all the cals once, and just go through the different ones as we go. The projects must be knit, loom knit, or crocheted. Whips are allowed, previous whips, but must be worked on during the along and reflect the theme. Chatter and pictures all in the same thread. Projects must be tied in some way, shape, or form to Tea and or Tales, which is books, novelizations, graphic novels, and the like, okay? And this means fiction, okay? Mm-hmm. As I said, one whip per project per week, the FO whenever it's finished. I'm sorry, I've lost my train of thought.
One whip per project per week.
No, I'm talking about what the Franciscan Gypsies Designs, the
Lady
Fernico Creations yarn are featured.
I'm really
featured. Okay,
they're
featured patterns and yarns. Franciscan Gypsies Designs, Joanna Johnson's Designs, Mom Cook Designs, Crochet and Hoovian Designs, Studio Von Designs, and My Shawl, and of course Cappy's. If it's related to Tea and or Tales, is eligible for 2 chances at a prize. If it's in My Yarn or in Cappy's yarn, and it's related to Tea and or Tales, is 2 chances at a prize. And if it's uses both the featured yarn and a featured pattern, and it's related to Tea and or Tales, then you get 3 chances at a prize. Okay. The tag for Instagram is hashtag PHNTNT2019. Okay. Let me see here. We did pull for prizes. Okay. The Plum Deluxe Purple Package goes to Steph Keith. Okay, so Stephanie, contact us. Private message us on the new board.
Yeah, because
you're there. So contact us with a private message on the new board with your name and your address and what you've won. And if you have any allergies or anything, do you need caffeinated? Do you need decaffeinated? Can you not have nuts? That kind of stuff.
Because Andy works with you.
Andy will work with us. So please, you won the Plum Deluxe Purple Package. It's a wonderful prize. Just ask Rena. She's won it twice. Mm-hmm. And Rena, when I pulled, originally I pulled from the wrong thing, and I thought it was for this, and you won it. But it was the wrong place. So you would have gotten it 3 times. But Stephanie, it's yours. Steph Keith, contact me on the new PHN board. Okay. The Mom Cook pattern goes to B-Wing. Okay, Brittany, you need to contact me. Well, no, contact Mom Cook. You're still on Ravelry. Contact Renee.
I would say contact her on Ravelry first.
Yes.
She is a part of our new group, but it might be easier since that's where her pattern is.
That's where her pattern is. So just contact her there if you're there, okay? And you are. So
Mom Cook, just let us know, Renee, if that's not what you prefer.
Yeah, Renee, contact us if you have a preferred way of doing that. Right now, we thought it might be easier for you and for Brittany since you're both on Ravelry as well. Now, we did pull for the middle of the year. We pulled for one of the major ones because, and we'll explain a little more later, but due to what's happening with the move and everything like that, we decided to pull for one of the major prizes as a mid-year prize. So this is for Cappy's shawl package.
Because we wanted everyone who had posted to
have a chance.
To have a chance at this
because you guys put a lot of work into it. We wanted to make sure that if you put in for that, you get a chance for it. Okay? Let me see who the winner of this was.
Did you put down the winner for that?
I thought I did. Let me see here. Mid-year prize. Oh! Stephanie. Steph Keith.
Steph, you are one lucky lady.
Look what you won. You won a set of stitch markers and the shawl kit, okay? So, Stephanie, I definitely need your address, okay?
And apparently you need to play the lottery this week.
Now,
I would not actually suggest playing lottery.
You don't get all 3 of those stitch markers, just one of them. But that's from Cappy. This is a set from Cappy.
Does she have it tied with lace?
It does look like it, doesn't it?
Oh, isn't that cute?
So, Stephanie, you won the shawl kit and the purple package, so contact me. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That is awesome. I was wondering why I couldn't find it. Okay, so that takes care of that. So we have, because you can tag Steph Keith on
well, everyone gets a message on,
well, I'm telling you, you will message her, the winners. We have to put the winners in there because...
Yeah, we can do tags for the winners.
Yeah.
Just write down and remind me. So, guys, if you are tagged in the thread, chances are that means you're a winner.
Yeah.
Versus everybody gets a private message on the new group when the podcast is put out.
Yeah.
Because I have that capacity now to private message everyone at once, and you guys get an individual private message and then respond back to me individually if you so desire.
Right.
Now, but please save your comments for the podcast on the podcast thread.
Yeah. Yes, please. The private messages are not meant to be comments back and forth unless it's
a conversation.
Let me rephrase that. If we give you a group message, it's not meant to be conversation back and forth necessarily. We're letting you know something. You can still private message us if you want to, have a conversation. But if it's something that we send out, like the show notes are up or whatever, or if we send up the podcast is up, that's not necessarily a...
Right. If you respond to that, just be aware that the only person who can see it is the person who sent out the message. Mm-hmm. So if you were trying to comment on the podcast, only I would be able to see it.
Or whoever sent it out. Yeah.
Usually it would be me since I'm the one who sets up the podcast.
Okay, now for the autism awareness prizes. Okay, because autism awareness is over as well. And the winners for that, well, I have that here. I'm just going to read off of here. Okay. All right. Autism awareness. Renee, who is Mom Cook. We all know Renee. She's wonderful. She has loom knit patterns plus 1 knitted pattern. And we have several people who won this. We have 5 patterns. Okay, and Renee, if I misunderstood and you didn't say all 5 at once like this, let me know and I'll purchase them, okay? Because I don't want people to be disappointed.
Yeah.
All right. So Renna, you won one of her loom knit patterns, so contact Renee, Mom Cook. Mira Cara, Sylvie, I think she's actually Crafty Sylvie now. Mm-hmm. Sylvie, you won a loom knit pattern also.
No, she's just Sylvie now.
Okay, Sylvie, you won a pattern, a loom knit pattern. She also has 1 knitted one from Mom Cook. Jodidiah, Jody. Vonnie, who's Studio Von Design. And Cher 2014, Sherry. Okay, so you guys each won a Mom Cook loom knit or one. She has loom knit patterns and 1 knitted pattern. So each won a pattern. Contact Mom Cook and she will, get you your pattern, okay? Now, the rest of the ones that we have to put out here. Some of you guys have been very lucky this time around. Let's see, this one is... Okay, the skein of yarn...
If you say Steph Keith again, I'm going to laugh.
This is Electric Avenue, and this was given to us by Spinning Laura, who is Laura Smoot.
It's a very pretty yarn.
And this goes to B-Wing, who's Brittany.
Yay, Brittany.
Okay, so Brittany, she also won something else. So, Brittany, I need your address because this one's a physical prize, and what you won, okay? Just PM me on the new site, okay? Then, the skein of Springtree Road yarn. This is Shirley Knits 123. Shirley.
Okay.
So Shirley,
And
contact
it's not
me.
showing up as purple. It's kind of looking blue in the screen. It's actually a pure purple.
It's purple. It's like grape.
Yeah.
It's really purple.
For some reason, it's looking more blue in the screen.
So Shirley Knits 123. I need your address and your name and what you won. I can't remember if you're on the new site or not. Please contact me as soon as possible on the new site.
If you're on the new
If you're on the new site. If not,
please really contact us as soon as possible because we're going away.
because we're going away, and I don't want you to miss this. Okay. So that's the. Oh, and the other prize is a copy of Laura Concert's. Oh, I'm sorry, not Laura Concert's. Is a copy of Miss World's Autism Awareness Bear and Weighted Lap Pattern, and that's Lily Maya. Okay, Teresa.
Oh, yay.
Okay, so Teresa, you need to contact Miss World, and she will get you your pattern. It's the Autism Awareness Bear and Weighted Lap Pattern. Okay, lap pad pattern. Rosebob, you won Laura Concert's Life Changes shawl pattern, so contact me as soon as you see this because I am going away and I'm not sure if you're on the other.
I think she is. Let me check. I thought Rose followed us.
I think she did. Rose, because I need to get a hold of Laura, and I know there's no real worries. Laura will work with me. We'll get the pattern out to her. But I need to know that you saw this. So Rose Bob, you got a copy of the Life Changes pattern by Laura Concert. You need to contact me so I can gift it to you. Okay? Because I was...
Yep, Rose Bob followed us.
Okay. So Rose, please contact me as soon as you hear this, okay? With what you won. All right. Now, that takes care of that one. Congratulations, everybody who won.
Yes.
All right. Now, Sparkle Like the Star You Are is also over, okay? And we have prize winners for this as well. Let me see here. What is this?
That's your rough draft.
Sparkle Like the Star You Are. Okay, here we go. I just took everything else off. Okay. All right. The person... Okay, Mama C, who is Christina. Christina is very generous with our podcast. She donated a skein of Cascade Heritage paint yarn. And I'm not sure what the colorway is. Let's see. Cascade doesn't put
I
their
love
colorways.
Cascade.
Isn't this beautiful?
It makes me think of like a painted desert.
Okay. Vonnie, this is yours. You won this. So I need your name and address and what you want. I told you had to keep an eye on the podcast and stuff, Vonnie, because you won stuff. So here you go. This is Cascade yarn. It's Cascade Heritage, and I think it's a fingering sock.
I do enjoy working Cascade. I'm currently working with Cascade.
Yeah, it's a fingering sock. I can't find the yardage on here right now.
Hang on,
But
let me mark off my row and I'll take a look for you.
it's probably about 400 and some odd yards. I can't.
Gush, gush.
So that goes to Vonnie. Congratulations. And then
It's
this...
437 yards. 100 grams.
Okay, perfect. 436?
437.
Okay. Okay, this skein of yarn, which is Sun Valley Fibers. Isn't this pretty?
That is really... It's kind of a periwinkle, guys.
I actually won this, and I just didn't know what to do with it because I'm not really a purple person. It's beautiful.
It's kind of a purpley blue, though. It's like... Mom, bring over your bag there. It kind of is close to that bag.
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Almost exactly. This is merino cashmere nylon,
Oh, pretty.
and this is 385 yards, fingering weight.
That was the other thing. I think is it was fingering, and you don't generally use
Yeah.
fingering.
This goes to Jodidiah. Jody.
Oh, that was
Okay.
so nice, Jody.
Okay, Jody, I need you to send me your address, your physical address, and your name and what you won, so we can get this out to you. All right?
So, Jody, I know that you are very much present on the news site. You can private message Mom,
Yep. Okay.
just like you used to on Ravelry.
Yep. Now, I also donated another copy of Laura Concert's Life Changes shawl pattern. Now, Linnea, I know you're no longer on Ravelry, so we're going to have to get a hold of Laura and see how we're going to do this because you won the Life Changes shawl pattern. So I will have to contact Laura and see what she wants me to do about that, but I need you to contact me first. Okay, so congratulations to all the people who won prizes, but you guys are all winners because you are so amazing, and you enable each other, and you support each other, and you encourage each other, and that's the big thing. Everything was fun.
Yes.
But you guys are amazing to each other, and this is why we enjoy doing these things with you. Now, before we go any further, I do want to say something about the Tea and Tails thread. Okay, that's the only one that's a year long. As you've noticed, the only thread that's active right now for the alongs has been the Tea and Tails. I think Talia closed the other ones. Did you?
You said you wanted to give people a chance to get their pictures off.
Right. Okay. The alongs that are up there. Okay.
Because I had gotten rid of the whole.
Yeah. So we archived. We
archived all the old
Yeah,
posts.
almost everything is archived. If you've posted pictures for the current alongs, the tortoise versus the hare, and for the cardiac dysautonomia alongs, please, you don't have to do your chatter. Just take your pictures and repost them if you want them to count in the along. Okay.
Once we see that you've reposted, those threads will be archived.
Yeah, we're only going to give you about a week or so.
Yeah.
Because we need to close up the threads. So please take all your pictures and repost them into the proper along. For the Tea and Tails, the reason we pulled for a mega prize at the middle was so that everybody had a chance at a mega prize. But any posts of pictures, whips, FOs, whatever, please repost them July 1st and onward. Okay.
Right. If it's before July 1st, you're fine.
Yeah, you're covered already.
You already had a chance for the mega prize.
Yeah.
July 1st and onward, please take your pictures, move them to the new group.
Yeah. So for Tea and Tails, July 1st and onward, repost your pictures, whether they're whips or FOs. You don't have to do the chatter, just the whips and the FOs. Put those into the Tea and Tails in our new home. And for the other alongs, since they've just started, just move all your whips and FOs into the new alongs, okay?
It's just easier for us and our moderators
not
to be trying to manage 2 different groups and 2 different sites.
Yeah. We thought we might be able to, but we just can't. It's too much.
It's too much.
So we want to just...
We strangely have lives outside of the computer.
What's a life outside of the computer? I don't know. So anyways, that's what we're going to do with that. And we apologize for any inconvenience that might cause, but we think in the long run, that's the best way to do it, okay? And we congratulate all of our winners for the actual prizes.
Yes.
Now, if you have any questions, contact us, okay? Our moderators are generally pretty good about watching on time, so they probably will know, but they might not have watched it right away. So if you have a question, you've watched early, contact one of us. Or just put a moderator tag or something.
Right.
Okay, so...
Leads into what rough draft, right?
I think so. I can't think if there's anything else that we need to be talking about before we move on to that.
If it comes up later, we will just address it then.
Insert it. Yeah, insert it there. Okay, how many do you have?
I think I have 5. Hold on, let me see.
I'm pretty sure I had 8.
I have 5. Before we do that, I want to show, I actually pulled up on Ravelry my project page because I couldn't remember what the name of this shawl was. This is the Goldenrod Shawlette by Marilyn Giselle. I just wanted to show you because, I used to wear a lot more knitting on the podcast. I'm trying to do that again. This was a gift from Michelle from 3 Stitches.
Knit a Little.
Knit a Little. Mm-hmm.
She's a wonderful person. I miss her.
Yeah. If we still had her contact
Her daughter's birthday's today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was going to say, if we still had her contact information, I would totally invite her to the new group.
Yeah, I would.
We're friends with her on Facebook.
We are friends with her on Facebook.
But
I think that she's not maybe doing as much. I don't know.
But, yeah, she gifted me this shawl. And I'm actually making something. It's currently in one of my many FO bags. Mm-hmm. I'm repeating this shawl again.
Oh, are you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's really pretty shawl.
It's in like a tannish, brownish color.
Mm-hmm. Which shawl sex? I always liked it.
It's a gold. Hang on.
Golden.
I just said it 5 seconds ago.
I wasn't paying attention.
Goldenrod Shawlette by Marilyn Giselle.
Okay.
Moppin.
Moppin?
Moppin. Marilyn Giselle. Moppin.
I can't read that.
Moppin.
Malpin.
I think you can say Moppin too.
Mopin?
M-A-U. That's a ma sound.
Ow.
Mow.
Well, I don't know.
Anyway.
Mow.
Mow.
Sorry. Poor lady.
There was
poor lady.
Part of that comes from a thing that Devina and I used to do when we were kids. We begged Mom and Dad for the games Cats and then the game Cats and the game Dogs, where you would have like pets, and you would take care of them and blah 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 on the computer. I think it was probably a fairly early computer game. And there was a Persian cat that when you would pick him up or anything, he would go meow. So yeah.
Okay. All right, I've got 8, so I guess I go twice, 2 times.
I guess you do.
All right. I did not finish anything. I hardly worked on anything because I had other things that was going on. But this is in my Kickapoo bags, Holiday Owl bags. And I should be getting pretty close to finishing this. Maybe. So, I think I did maybe a stripe or so on this, maybe 2 stripes. And this is the sherbet stripe in the, I love this yarn print in the sherbet stripe colorway. So that's, it's just kind of meandering along. It's a Cindy Wood loom. I think Laura gave this to me, Laura Concert, when she found out I was having trouble with my hands. She just gave me a whole bunch of stuff. Because she does.
Did you see the bag?
Yes, Kickapoo Owl's bag. Kickapoo
Christmas
Holiday Owl's
Owls,
bag.
yeah.
Yeah. Laura spoils me, so she gave me that. And I'm enjoying that project. It's just, kind of taking forever this time around. The other project I'm going to show you at this point is in my Mama C's Words, Words, Words bag. And that's Mama C is Christina. She made this for me, and I absolutely love it. Reminds me that I have to get back to writing. And this is Lady Caprice from the Terra the Sea Turtle pattern by Talia Fernandez. I didn't do a whole lot. I think I did maybe a row or 2 on this. And this is the Lady Fernicle color by The Yarn and I. She made
Cappy.
this especially for me. That's Cappy. This is Villainous in Dragonfly Fibers. And then this is
Tangerine
Tangerine
Speedo.
Speedo. Yeah, I always get mixed up because I have 2 different. The golden one is the other turtle.
Yeah.
So that's this. And you see, this is the
And Marigold
combination.
Jen did Tangerine Speedo.
Yes, she did. Jenny is awesome. So this is where I'm at. I have to put my progress in the threads. I haven't taken pictures yet. I still don't know how to put the pictures in. I got my
There is
image.
a help thread.
Yes. I got my images in, but I've been doing PR work, so I have not been as active on the board as I like. So this is this. And I'm enjoying this immensely. I do like Talia's patterns. They're probably my favorite toy patterns. So
Yay.
I mainly stick to these. There are a couple pattern people that I go to when I can't find, because Talia doesn't have everything that I might want to make. I sometimes go to some like Little Muggles or something like that. But mostly I stick with Talia. For that. So I'm waiting for Laura Concert's 2 designs for Tours vs. Hair to come out in August.
Yay.
So, okay. Yes, that is a definite plug for Laura. Look, keep an eye out for her 2 patterns for the Tortoise versus Hare.
Okay, so in my, I think it'd be, let's see, this one maybe? I'm not sure what's in what bag. This might not be the one I intended to pull, but it might be the one I'm showing. In my, this is not the one I intended to pull, but well. In my Silver Shred USA Batman bag, this did not get very much work done this week, but this is Scarlet Witch, and it is LG, I want to say it's LG 58 Fills. It's not a very...
something fills. It's a number and a couple letters.
It's not the most creative name for this beautiful
It's such a beautiful
shawl.
project. I don't know why it would be called that. I'm sure there's something behind it, but it's just beautiful.
So, I mean, it grows slowly but surely. It would help if I worked on it.
It's funny how that works. There you go.
But this week has been very busy on the tech end of things. So, I've been trying to make our new home a place that's easy to navigate.
Yes, because we want you all to be comfortable.
So that got some work done on it, and
we're not complaining.
No.
If we didn't want to do it, we wouldn't.
No, it's just a statement of fact. So knitting time, as I get used to getting things the way I want it to look, and get to saving all my patterns, my knitting's gonna be a little bit on the low side.
Yeah. Okay, that's why I haven't done any dyeing this week. Yarn dyeing, as Davina would say. All right, this one you haven't seen in a while. In my Knitting's My Bag, Gnomes bag, is my Precious Heirloom Shawl from my I'll Be There For You pattern. So this is my pattern. And I kind of want to give this to my mom for her birthday in October, so I'm going to have to work on this. So you can see that...
It does kind of like Granny Smith apple or something like that.
Right, and the thing is that because it's fingering weight instead of the DK or worsted, I think this will be a nice shawl size, and not a shawl size, a scarf size, and my mom will want to wear it that way. So this is her colors. She'll like this. So I'm hoping to... Her birthday's in October. If I don't finish it by then, her anniversary is in November, and then there's Christmas. So I'm hoping to finish it by October, though. So, and the yarn is by Lucky Jenny Knits. And she doesn't dye yarn professionally, as far as I know, but she gave me this. I gave her some yarn, and she turned around and gave me some. It was when we took a dyeing class together. She's a pistol. She's really cute. So that's this one, and I think I have one more, and then we'll be even.
Even Steven?
Even Steven. In my other Mama C bag, this is my Mama C September the Baby Turtle. From the Bitty Bashful Baby Turtle by Taya. I told you I do a lot of Taya's patterns. And I did some work on this. I'm actually in the decreases on this one. And this colorway is Dragonfly Fibers in the... What is this? I want to say sheaf, but that's not right. Sheaf. It is sheaf.
I was going to say, I feel like it is sheaf.
And this one is the Fresh colorway by... Miracle Jen, and then this is the
Mad Tosh
Liquid Gold. So that's that, and this will be reversed later on. And just an aside, Laura's got some yarn up that she dyed specifically for Tortoise versus Hare. I may have picked one up in a DK weight. You might want to check it out. She's Lollipop Girl Yarns, I think it is. Lollipop Girl Yarns. LOLLYPOP Yarn Girls. I think that's what it is on Etsy. I don't have a card because I haven't got the yarn yet because I just ordered it today. So, okay. You're rude.
Lollipop?
Rude.
Okay, so in my... Boing.
Mm.
Boing? Boing?
Open up the bag. Remember, I didn't take my medicine today, I don't think, so just stop.
Sorry, we should take...
Well, I wasn't sure. I didn't want to do a double dose.
In my Silver Shed USA PHN logo bag.
Anniversary bag.
This was our first
Our 500 member.
Was this 500 member?
500 member,
Okay.
I think that's what we did it for.
You might be right, because I think we did something with Lois for 100, our first year.
We never did a bag with Lois. That was the only bag we did with Lois was for autism awareness.
Okay, maybe you're correct.
We've done all of our other bags that were specialty with
Anne,
I think.
Speaking of Anne's, this is Anne's
Who's
Midnight
amazing.
Romance. Yes. This is the Anne sweater pattern by Joanna Johnson,
Who we love.
who we love.
I don't know if I tagged her. If she was in the group, I did. Okay.
Yeah. So look at that sparkle.
Isn't that gorgeous?
So it slowly but surely grows. It is currently in a boo vest.
Bolero.
And this yarn is Bella Sarah's Knitting Basket.
And you can't get this particular yarn anymore.
No, I picked this up as a fairly new knitter, so this has been in my stash for a long time. This is 80% Huyakaya, 20% Merino, 3-ply DK, and it's got a lovely red sparkle on the black. And I love...
It reminds me of my my Lurex base.
Except with red sparkle.
Yeah, it's the Comet base.
So that's going to be just so... It's going to dress up any outfit.
That's really pretty.
So, I'm really, enjoying this.
Okay.
Probably not necessarily yarn that was intended for this sweater because it's kind of a nice, comfortable sweater. This is more of a fancy-looking yarn, but I wanted to make the sweater and I wanted to use the yarn, and therefore I did.
So there.
So there.
Okay, my next one is my Colorful Birds wrap from the Show Off Boomerang pattern by April Klitsch. And this is in my Ploverbird Mickey Mouse bag. And Talia gave me the yarn for Mother's Day a couple years ago.
Why is the tea gone?
And the yarn is Test Designer Yarns Superwash Merino Worsted. I don't know the colorway.
I'm just marking my tea.
And I'm using US 9s for this. And I have made a bit of progress on this one. I worked on this one a little bit. You can see that it has grown. So it actually looks like a boomerang. It looks like a boomerang, all right, doesn't it?
It does.
And it's actually really pretty. I thought I was hesitant about the way the yarn would work up because I do like pooling, and I know that Beth had mentioned the pooling, that she liked the way it was pooling. I do like the way it's pooling. Kay doesn't, but that's okay. But I might keep it, or I might not. I don't know. And this little bear here is Victorian Studio, which is Maureen. Can you see the little bear? She made that for me. It was a gift. He's standing in the corner.
Yeah, hold on.
It was a little gift for one of the alongs. I think it was for the toy along.
It might have well been.
So that's that.
I feel like that would be the correct timing for it.
Yeah, I would think so. So that's that.
Well, since we're talking about Maureen, in my Victorian in my Victorian Studios bird bag, and it's kind of like a quilty, soft, happy fabric. This is my lounging sweater. It's a Pearl Soho pattern. Hold on, it's somehow linked in there. There we go. And this pattern is called Ridgeline Wrap Cardigan. Basically just a nice, big, comfy sweater with a ton of ribbing. So I will be working on this forever because it's got 18 inches of ribbing.
Mm-hmm.
This is Cascade 220 in
the... about right, but this much?
Yeah, if you think about it, it ends up about here.
Okay. Because it's all along the side, too. It's all...
Well, I think that she must add it elsewhere, but she wants to do 18 inches of straight ribbing before anything else. But... I like that kind of a style for and it's supposed to be just like a nice sweater you can wrap around yourself.
Because there's no buttons. You can take a shawl pin.
Yeah.
Or whatever, but...
And this is Cascade 220 in the colorway Puget Sound.
That's pretty.
So... This yarn is another one that's been sitting in my stash for a very long time, a sweater's worth. My stash is going to go down quite a bit when I get rid of 2 stash sweaters worths of yarn.
But I've got one. I'm planning on starting this as well, so I've got...
From another one that was from my stash.
From another one, and it's got there's 20 balls of yarn plus one sitting there, so once I finish the sweater, if I finish it, it'll be gone. Mm-hmm. But right now it's just sitting on the floor because, well, we have to make room for it. All right, let's see here. So we're trying to do a lot from stash because we do want to be able to buy a little something in at Shenandoah in September, but we'll see. Okay, in my Silver Shed USA Tortoise vs. Hare 2017 bag is the Bobbing Along baby blanket. You know, we forgot to go through the Tortoise vs. Hare, probably because I don't have it in the notes. So I will talk about that in a little bit, but right now we'll go through the projects. I'm almost finished with this ball of yarn, so I'll be starting the next. And the yarn was given to me. I had a skein, and Davina gave me 2 more.
Yeah, it just happened she picked the same colors. Yeah. She asked me what yarn I thought Mom would like, and I didn't remember that Mom had this yarn. And I just said, I think she'll like this one, and it happened to be one she'd already picked up for herself.
So this is a very boyish blanket, I think.
It is.
So this will probably be for a baby boy. And I'm enjoying making it. It's just a very simple double crochet. It's no particular pattern. It's just one of those things where I can even do this in the movies because I don't have to look at it.
I really actually can't crochet if I can't see, simply because I feel like it's easier to split stitches with crochet.
I guess you could, but it's just, this is the kind of blanket I've been doing since I started, way back in the Stone Age. So this is a lot of fun, and what I'll do when it's finished is I'll probably edge it with single crochet. I won't do anything fancy because this is such a, with the color work, it's not color work, but the stripes. I think that doing anything but either an off-white or maybe even the color I have here as an edging, the yarn itself, this yarn, would be detrimental to the project. So this is going to go to charity probably. I don't know if I can fit this back in here because this is such a big skein of yarn. It's your turn.
Okay, so in my Knitter's Magic brown soft hefty bag.
Soft. Nice, nice.
With kitties on the inside.
I'll get this closed again.
This is my Yorkshire hat by Linda Moss. And Linda has another new hat out, paid for hat.
Beautiful.
It's really pretty. It's called
Beginner's Colorwork Hat, I think is what it's
something
called.
like that.
Absolutely great. I already picked it up.
Yes, Mom was kind enough to gift it to me. So thank you, Linda. I owe you a couple of emails, I think.
Yes.
And I didn't get nearly as much work on this as I wanted. I'm in the gray section now. Let me see. This is probably the best way to show it. Yeah. So you can kind of see where the gray and white is starting to be a little bit more. And
That's pretty.
All my sheep on the grass.
Yay.
The bottommost yarn is Mom's.
It almost looks like with the color here that there's little puddles of lakes around. Bluegrass and little lakes.
So,
It's pretty.
I'm just really happy with the way this is turning out. And thoroughly enjoying it. Fingering weights doesn't tend to be my favorite for knitting color work. I can do it, but it's not necessarily my favorite.
Right.
And I have 2 fingering color work hats going, of course.
Well, that's what you want to do right now.
Well, I like the patterns of the people who created them. So,
In my very soft bag that comes from Knitting's Magic, RLYS,
mine is better.
is my Welcome Little One project. I didn't do a whole lot
I
of
would
work
call
on
this like the lilac.
lilac flowers. I forget what I call it. But anyway, this is, I'm still on the garter stitch. I've got about maybe 2 or 3 inches to
This
do
is
yet.
not her shawl.
No. Shawl.
Your white shawl.
Oh, no.
I was like-
oh, Allison, no, this is not my shawl, Allison. Sit down, Allison.
It's okay. Breathe.
Allison,
Breathe.
it's okay.
You need a paper bag.
She put her head between her knees. It's okay. Not my shawl. Okay.
But you can see why someone might think that at first.
Allison's a good sport. She really is. She those of you who have been with us for a number of years know that Talia tore out a sweater that was almost finished, and Allison almost
I had
it
one
finished.
sleeve left to do.
Yeah.
And I found out that no one else in the house would be able to wear it except Davina, and Davina didn't particularly care for it, so I ripped the whole thing out.
Yeah, and Allison was adversely affected. So we always tease her about it.
There might be a little PTSD going on there.
Allison is a very good sport, or we wouldn't tease her the way we do. So she can handle it. But this is it's not my shawl. This is a baby blanket, and I need to do like 5 inches of this garter stitch before I go into the pattern. This is 5410. I love 5410 Studios. I think that's what it's called. I always get mixed up with their name. I want to say something else. Let me see here. Well, I could have looked on my thing here. I think apparently. Okay, 54. By 5410 Studios. I'm using US 10.5 Chalgu red lace. And this right now is very mindless. I can just knit because it's just garter. It's a really pretty pattern. It's called On the Porch, the On the Porch blanket. And they have super patterns. I love 5410. They're very accessible. They're very sweet. And they do things from bulky to worsted to whatever.
We have their website linked in our resources
And they have free and paid for
thread.
patterns.
The resources thread is under the announcements group in the new PHN home.
Because we want you to have as many
Resources
resources as possible. And 5410 is fantastic. At least 2 or 3 of our groups that we're linking over there have free and
paid for.
So this is one that has free and paid for. So so you can have the same ability to find patterns you want to find if you're only in our group.
Right.
So that's this.
If you're not only in our group, then you don't have that problem necessarily.
Right. But you still might want to know what the resources are.
Right, exactly, because
Options are always good.
options are always great.
Okay, so that's that. We want to make this the best place for you as we can.
Exactly.
I love the way everybody's decorating. It makes me happy. I have to put my decorations in yet.
We have a thread of how you would decorate your room at the new home at PHN.
And I still have to do that.
And that was all Patty
Wombat of Doom's
fault. Because she made a YouTube comment.
Patty's awesome.
So my last one is a tortoise versus hare. And actually, I'm going to have to pull up the picture to give you a better idea of. This was a pattern. I don't even know if this lady's on Ravelry. I found this designer for the first time on Lovecraft. Oopsie, is a bunny. I think I was searching colorwork bunny because because I wanted to see if there were any colorwork patterns of bunnies, and I did find this really cute bulky baby blanket with colorwork bunnies on it, which I eventually plan on picking up. But what called to me first, and I had to pick him up and start it. I almost picked up his sister.
Mm-hmm. I said tie a weight.
Because she was so precious, but I fell in love with him first, so I picked him up. This is the Bo Rabbit Lapland Visitors Part 1 by Mary Jane's Tea Room. And she has the most adorable patterns. A lot of them are bunnies. She has a fondness for bunnies, but she also has a fondness for mice, I believe.
Yeah, there's no owls or turtles there. Isn't that cute?
Isn't that adorable? It is a knitted pattern.
I wonder if she'd consider doing a turtle with that on the shell, like a colorwork on the shell.
Well, I think she likes the doll setup.
I think she does.
Because all of her toys have a similar setup. And she has multiple bunnies with multiple options for their outfits.
Well, you can do a turtle like that, too. I've seen them done that way.
It'd be more awkward.
Not really.
But look at his adorable outfit.
It's really cute.
This is, it's not giving you anything away to say it's knit flat. This is a paid for pattern.
And you're using bigger yarn, so you're not the fiddliness.
Correct. Again, this is not giving anything away because she does have this list on the outside. She uses DK for the body and fingering for the clothes. I did not have those yarns readily available to me because half my yarn is shoved in places where I can't access it. So I went to the stash that I had available to me, and I found yarn that I had used to originally design my dachshund arrow. And I started, so this is, my bunny is made out of worsted yarn and will have DK for the clothes. So let me find, it's knit flat, as you can already see. So here's the unseamed first leg.
Very cute.
So he's going to be made, and from what I gather, then his clothes will be made and you'll dress him. So
I can see me doing just the animal and not the clothes, just the bunny.
So I'm on my second foot. I would have been maybe a little bit farther, but I was trying to say my night prayers and I had the project on top of me, and then I fell asleep saying my night prayers. And when I woke up, it was not half my stitches, but like 3 or 4 were pulled out. I was so close to the cast on that I couldn't really pick them up again, so I had to cast on again. It's not a hard cast on. Honestly, nothing that I've done on this so far has been hard.
It'll be interesting the way it curls sewing it together.
She has instructions for that, so I'm very excited.
It's cute.
And mine might be a little bit bigger. She does warn this is not a toy necessarily for super small children because of all the pieces and parts and all that. But there's no there's no plastic eyes in it. It's only stitched eyes. So I'm super excited. Let's see if I finish this knitted bunny. But so far, I'm enjoying the fact that it is knitted flat, which is a new thing for me.
This is interesting because here you got the paws. Yeah.
Yep. Well, that's the foot. He's going to have a boot on there.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cute.
Yeah, if you look at his foot.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You can tell a little bit in this picture. So, he's wearing a little stocking cap. I'm have to add color to that, too.
Yeah.
But a little sweater, little pair of pants, leg warmers, and little boots with little laces.
Little tiny laces. I guess.
And he has a pom-pom for his tail, and he has a pom-pom
for his hat.
For his hat. My colors are different. He's wearing more blues for mine because that's what I had available to me.
No, yours is more blues.
Mine's more blues, yeah. So, and mine is called Thomas because it was, I think I started him on the Feast of St. Thomas.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I can't just name him Little Bunny Blue. He's got to have a name. Because when I make his sister, I'm going to want to
name for her too.
Name for her too. which might mean that she's Thomasina. I don't know.
Oh, no. No, no, no. Oh.
No, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no, no.
I'll have to talk to her and see what she wants to be when I make a sister.
Okay.
But her outfit will have to be all pinks.
Okay. In my Podiversary 500 member, whatever this bag was that Anne did so beautifully for us, is my, that's Silver Shade USA, is my Secret Garden Shawl project from the Life Changers pattern by Laura Concert. And you'll notice that this is quite a bit smaller than it was. I think I talked about this last week, that I had restarted it. Whoops. I don't want to pull this too much with this owl here. Just so you can see I'm back on track.
Are you using zings for your...
These are zings.
Yeah, because you must not be using the interchangeables because your cord is black.
No, I don't use interchangeables.
Yeah, I'm using the same size zing. Look, we're both the purple needles.
Yeah, purple needles.
You're using 5?
I think so. No, I'm using 7s.
Oh, maybe 7s are a similar shade.
They're a little off.
Oh, they are a little off. Okay.
So these are my...
Yours are a little bit more blue. Mine are a little more purple.
These are my Knit Pro Zings, and these are size 7s. And this is Laura's beautiful shawl. And the reason I got so small is because I had to rip it back, but that's okay. I am perfectly happy with that. I didn't like having teeth where there were no teeth. So Laura said, well, you might have to rip it back. So she saw what I did, and my suggestion to myself was I should rip it back. She just said that what you might have done is this, and she was correct. So,
well, it's not the first time you've done something like that.
No, I tend to get ahead of myself, and I forget to mark it off, and then I do things like that. So there we go. I love this. This color is tea toe jelly or something.
It's toe jam jelly.
No, it's not toe jam. We always want to say that. But
Yeah.
Tea jam.
No, it had toe in there somewhere.
I know I have the thing in here somewhere. It's yarn. I still have a bunch of ball bands in here. That's not it.
You're gonna clean those ball bands out, Dan?
No.
No. Okay.
It's toe jelly.
Toe jelly tea. Okay.
Toe jelly tea. Blushing bride.
I wonder if toe jelly is actually a thing. I don't mean like what's between your toes. I mean like
Gross.
actually.
Okay. So these are my colors for this. This is the main color, and these are the alternate
Does
colors.
this have a little bit of a halo? It does have a little bit of a halo.
Little bit, yes.
What's it made out of? Let's see. It's just merino nylon. It just has a teensy bit of a halo to it.
Yes, it does. So these are fun. I know that one of these is a different.
I think the green one is different.
This one is 75-25, it's 450 yards. This one is 420, and it's 100% superwash. And I don't remember what the blue one is. It's the same. It's 100% superwash.
So I thought the green one was different than the other, which explains to me why it has more of a halo.
Yeah. So that's basically what I've been up to for this. I wish I could have done more on these things, but life sometimes gets in the way. Okay. Do you have anything else?
Nope, that is it. Do you have any finished objects?
I do not.
Okay, so that leads on to
Etsy shop.
Etsy shop news.
Okay, Etsy shop news. I do have some news. First of all, thanks to all who have asked about pre-orders. I do intend to do pre-orders. Unfortunately, at the moment, I'm unable to do so. We finally have had some forward movement on the house being fixed. The ceiling in Talia's room, she's in her bedroom to sleep now, but everything's still all over the place, so it's very difficult for me to dye yarn in a timely manner. So I don't want to put it up to pre-orders until I can dedicate myself to dyeing yarn.
But Patty, keep your order in your mind because you already...
So a couple people have mentioned it. Somebody asked about where the pre-orders would go up. The pre-orders will go up in the new home. That's where they will go up. And I appreciate all who are interested in that. That makes me extremely happy. So keep an eye out for it there. It just might take a little bit longer than I wanted it to because we're in the middle of getting things put away, and I don't want you guys to wait any longer than we have to have you wait.
And you know what? That gives you guys a chance to get used to the new home.
Yes. Now, the other news in my yarn shop is that there's going to be a change in my ball band. Maureen's ball band was wonderful. It was free. She did a fantastic, absolutely stellar job with it. However, my the way I've grown as a hand dyer is not in keeping with the ball band. When I first started, I thought it was going to be medieval theme, medieval everything, with the colorway names and all that, and that has not happened. I found out I'm not very easily constrained. It made me feel pigeonholed. I couldn't be creative. So the name of the yarn shop is the same, and I wanted to coincide with my 200 yarn sale and my 2-year anniversary, but we got kind of pushed aside with Taya's health and stuff happening. So my husband finally was able to get around. He wanted to make the new one, so he is. And so this is what it's going to look like. And he just finished it today. Can you see that?
Hang on, move your hand, Mom.
Well, I don't want to show the other one yet.
Okay. Oh, okay, well, you already were.
So as you can see, it's the same. Lady Fernicle Creations, and then we had this one as well. So I haven't quite decided which one we'll be using, or I might use both. I don't know. This one will probably be up in the Etsy shop in terms of there's more color to it, but this one might be on the ball band. And so the yarn's going to be the same. The name is the same. The shop will not change. I just am getting a new ball band because this is kind of better reflecting on what I am now doing. It'll say something like, what did I say? It was fanciful fun yarns or something like that, and it'll have all the information just like a normal ball band will have. But because I do superheroes and I do medieval and I do this and I do that, it's very eclectic. I just wanted to have something a little bit different, and I thought this would work a little bit better now. Maureen's was fantastic, and I cannot thank her enough for what she did. I wanted to use my husband's artwork this time because he wanted to do it, and I was very happy to have him do it because I wanted to change. I wanted it simple. He wanted to do some more artwork, and then we discussed it, and we said simple might be better. I love roses. So that's what the rose is. I love white roses. That's why it's white. And I figured that this would work very well with the variety of yarns I'm doing. So that's going to be the change. Let me know what you think about the new logo in terms of, do you prefer the color or the white? I think I know what I'm going to do, but I might use both of them. I might just use one. What do you think would be better? So, and I'll take it under advisement, but I still have to put together like the ball bands and the business cards and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And get my Etsy shop. It might be a little while before I get the Etsy shop changed over to that particular logo, but I hope to do that soon. Okay? All right, so anything else?
I guess, what are you reading?
I'm not really reading anything. I did read a little bit of my Spectre of the Past by Timothy Zahn and The Power of Silence by Cardinal Sarah, but honestly, by the time I get time to read, I'm almost falling asleep. I sat down to watch a movie with my husband yesterday, a movie I love, Maltese Falcon, and I fell asleep. So, I kept falling in and out. I just couldn't stay awake, so.
I actually have been doing a mixture of audiobook and the physical book, where I'll flip back and forth between the two. I'll read a very little bit of the physical book before I go to bed, but when I'm winding down at night, working on the podcast website, maybe getting a little bit of knitting done, I've been listening to the audiobook version of whatever book I'm reading. So, I finished Persuasion again. I actually, even though I like Pride and Prejudice, I prefer Persuasion. Probably because I actually don't like Mr. Darcy that much.
I haven't read that yet, but everything I've heard from him, I just don't get his attraction.
I know he was a little bit misunderstood, and we've had this conversation before, but I kind of think his arrogance is off-putting. Whereas I feel that Frederick in Persuasion is just much more of a likable character. I actually really like Frederick. And I actually really do, last, why did I lose her name? Anne. Yeah. Anne's her name. And I really like Anne. So they're actually my preferred couple to Lizzie and Darcy. But anyway, I finished that book, and then I found, it's been a very long time since I've read Eight Cousins.
Oh, I love Eight Cousins.
So I read and listened to Eight Cousins.
That's by Louisa May Alcott.
Yes, by Louisa May Alcott. My original introduction to the characters was Rose and Bloom, and I'm starting to do, which is the next one. And I'm listening to / reading that one now. And that book has always been a favorite, and Eight Cousins as well. I've
loved those books since I was a kid.
I was introduced originally to Anne,
Of Green
who
Gables.
I do like Anne of Green Gables.
Oh, I love Anne of
but
Green
I
Gables.
actually love even more the Rose books.
See, for me, they're tied. I love the Anne of Green Gables series, the whole series, including the ones where, you know, they talk about her kids and all that. I don't care so much for Story Girl and stuff like that, but I love Anne of Green Gables, and I love Rose and Bloom and Eight Cousins.
Actually, it's not written by the same author.
No, it's not.
I'm sorry. She
That's
wrote Little
Emma
Women.
Montgomery.
She wrote
She wrote Little Women. I do love Little Women.
And I like Little Women, but I prefer Rose and Bloom.
Yes, I do too. Although I love
sorry,
Little, I do love Little Women though.
I do, but I prefer Rose and Bloom.
Okay. Do you have more to say? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Nope, I'm done. I just need to mark off my row.
Okay. We do have some stuff. Do we have any health stuff?
Um.
I don't want to send people away before this. If we do, I don't want to send people away.
Okay.
yet,
Well,
so.
then keep going.
Okay. We wanted to talk a little bit about. We touched on it about the closing of our boards. Okay. We will be.
First things first. For people who want to find the boards,
Right.
when you're watching the YouTube video, we will have in the description area our websites, the new websites, so you can find us. If you watch us, you can find us.
Right. And you will put it on the banner underneath where we close the group too.
When we close the group, correct.
So it'll say you can find us here.
So there will be places that you can find, and I'll continue until we close the group, putting our site, the link to our new home, so you can find us. And not just the link, I'll actually have the address fully typed out so you guys can copy and paste, so you can more easily get there. It is a privatized site insofar as you have to petition to enter. That sounds really.
You ask to enter.
You ask to enter.
You request.
You request an entry. Yeah, you don't have to like write a.
No, you just request. I want to enter.
Yeah, you
wanna
log in.
You log in.
You
yeah.
create a login, and then you have to wait for one of the admins or one of the moderators to approve you.
Right.
It usually happens pretty quickly.
Yes. If you have any trouble, contact one of us.
Yes. So it usually occurs pretty quickly. It's just to make sure that we can keep like from like bots or spammer type.
Right. We want to keep it so that you don't have to worry about your privacy.
Correct.
Okay.
So
and the site is free.
the site is free. The one we're using right now does have the potential for ads.
And
But
it may or may not in the future. Ty and I may figure out splitting the cost and maybe get the next level up, but that we'll have to wait and see.
yes. So it is a free site. It's got a login. What else? It's set up so that way there's multiple boards. The announcements thread has, besides announcing like, oh, we're going somewhere or whatever, and we can't podcast, it will have things like the resources thread is under announcements. So that's all the places you can go.
And where's the help?
Help is its own board.
Okay.
The help board is help, I need somebody. And then it has a bunch of other boards attached to it. If you go to the sticky thread in the help board, it'll give you links to other threads that address your particular problem. Because it'll take you to the first page. The first page of each of the other boards will link you to the specific post that answers your question. How do I post a picture? How do I resize a picture? How do I resize a picture on my mobile phone? How do I resize a picture using
Kindle or whatever.
mobile device is all the same. But how do I resize a photo using Paint? How do I use Flickr to attach a photo? How to use Facebook to attach a photo? Basically, we're trying to make it as easy as possible for you to navigate the new site.
Instagram and everything.
Instagram and Facebook are similar in their way of
Okay.
doing it.
Okay.
But there is the site. It takes some getting used to if you've only been using Ravelry. but I really enjoy the setup.
It is similar to other sites I have been on, not for knitting, but for writing. So it's not. It's just a learning curve. It's not difficult. It's just a learning curve. And where I was going before she went into that is that we're planning on. We were going to leave it up for the whole third quarter, but everything is going to be closed probably by Saturday. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday or Sunday.
So that would be, today is the 6th.
So we're talking about the 13th or the 14th.
It's just because it is very difficult for us
and our
moderators to manage 2 different sites. It creates double the work.
And we want to reiterate that if you're watching us on YouTube and you're on the fence about joining us because you think you have to quit Ravelry, you don't.
No.
You don't. We just want you to be able to enjoy the fun that you've always had in our group as a member. You like the toy alongs, you like whatever alongs we're doing. You can still do it with us. You don't have to leave Ravelry. We don't care. Ravelry is a wonderful place if that's where you have your patterns and all that. But if you want to do what you've been doing with us, we need you to join us because we won't have our group there anymore.
Correct.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's just to make it so we are able to reach all of our different members. And this is a good move for us. Our home is pretty.
It is pretty. We have wonderful members. We have our moderators, our moderators who've been a while. Rena and Brittany were already moderators.
Fleur's back
as moderator. She has been with us forever, and even when she's not a moderator, she's considered a moderator.
Correct.
She ain't ever leaving.
Mom and I are able to be a little bit more active, as we're getting ourselves over the hump or whatnot. I find the mobile site to be a little bit easy, I'm not using the mobile site. I use the desktop view on my phone. But regardless, for some reason I find it easier to manage on my phone than Ravelry was. I don't know why.
Now, Talia's patterns are now up on Lovecraft. I have not put mine up yet. You can't access my pattern on Ravelry anymore. If you wanted it for whatever reason, contact me and we'll work something out. I do have to put it up on Lovecraft. I just haven't had a chance.
And if you've already purchased my family, wow. Please don't purchase my family.
We're not for sale.
If you've already purchased my patterns on Ravelry, and you are like, well, I don't want to buy them again. That's fine. You don't have to. You already purchased them. They're in your library. You'll be able to download them from your library.
What Talia and I have been trying to do, when I buy a pattern, I tend to always download it to my computer right away. But I'm going to go through and make sure. Because,
I'm very bad about downloading.
Because I don't want to lose anything I bought or that I picked up because I liked it. So I want to make sure I have all that, including updates and things like that. But
yes, so if you have purchased either of our patterns before in the past,
you don't have to rebuy them.
You don't have to rebuy them. The only way you might not be able to download them is if it was free and you didn't download it at that time.
Right.
Because it wouldn't have been saved in your library necessarily.
I thought that once you downloaded it was if you download to use it, it would be in your library.
I'm not completely sure. I forget who I was talking to who said that she had difficulty downloading one that was maybe free at one point.
Right.
But
we'll have to take a look at that.
Not that there's much I can do to fix it now, but...
No, not for you. I can always get my patterns from you. I just... gush. But, so we just wanted to give you a heads up about that and let you know that you need to remove and repost your pictures on anything that is on the current alongs or from July 1st forward for the PHNT and Tails. Also the prayer requests, if you want those prayer requests to follow you, so we have them. Please put them in the new along from, whatever you want to stay on there.
Or the new home.
The new home, yeah. So
because we do have a prayer thread in the new home.
We do. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Okay, now I do want to thank YouTube commenters Angela, Hank's mom, Jessica, Looney Hiker, Pat, Crafty Sylvie, Kim, Stephanie, Sally, Seems So Vintage, Joan, and Wombat of Doom. Those are the ones that were there when I had my notes. And then the Ravelry comments, we do want to thank VT Kimmy Kim, Seductive Berry, Studio Von Design, and Renegale. The reason I'm thanking people on Ravelry is because I don't know that I'm going to be able to respond to them all before we get off. So I
Right.
want to make sure that they know that their comments are very much appreciated. Okay? All right, so you wanted to say something else about your health?
I was going to, but I'm probably not going to this week.
Okay. So, please let me know what you think about this. And keep your eye open if you were looking for pre-orders.
Just one. Just one eye open.
Keep your eyes open for the
The one
pre-orders.
that's like right in the middle of the head.
Yes. If you want pre-orders, or I will be starting to dye up yarn again, hopefully in the next week or two. I figure that by the time we hit August 1st, I'll be up and running again full speed. But right now, it's just kind of up in the air, not knowing when contractors will be here and such. So, in the meantime, I can't think of anything else. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, and I can't think of what it is. So, in the meantime, we want to wish everyone a wonderful, blessed week full of knitting, crocheting, crafting, whatever it is that makes you happy. And we hope to see you here for the Fun in the Woman Cave next week. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode, I believe, 362, and that's a wrap.
Bye. And may the best bunny win.